ensuring you have adequate production is really important in StarCraft. It's how you make sure that you do not float so many resources, and I believe this player has found a way. He has a total of 8 robos, I believe, if I can count correctly, 7. But he also has adequate gateways over here with adequate defenses to make sure that those gateways remain adequate throughout the course of the mission. He has a total of 21 gateways and 7 robos, and these 21 gateways are guarded with 27 cannons over here. Strangely enough, he's still flowing 4,000, 5,000 minerals, even though he's producing out of 7 robos. So what we have over here is a Setman player, Avatar, who is having a lot of problems with dealing with air Terran, because the Vikings keep focus firing down Gary. So he has come up with a creative solution on how to reduce the aggro that Gary has. And we're going to see his plan. Right now coming up over here is a bunch of overlords. Now one of the main problems is Gary has a very high aggro priority, so it doesn't really matter how many overlords he has, he's still gonna get focus fired down by these Vikings, because he is a combat unit and the overlords not quite so. And there you go. You can see Super Gary, or Gary, gets focus fired down, and now these overlords really have nothing else to do, and they're doing nothing here. And they decide, you know what, we're just gonna go back to our base and sit there and do our job as was intended. Completing the primary objective is the most important thing, and Dehaka has taken this to heart, so he's decided, you know what, I'm going to uproot my primal hive, and I am going to clear these boxes right off the bat. We cannot wait, we cannot let General Davis just wait around, waiting for this Balius to, the Balius is not just going to fix itself, we gotta collect the parts ourselves. So uproots the hive, and just goes ahead and starts taking out these parts and collecting them with the primal hive. Dehaka is now out too, and he's just standing in awe, just admiring the magnificent girth of this primal hive over here. And he's just stunned and decides, you know what, I'm not even going to slap these boxes, I'm just going to let this primal hive go ahead and pick up all these parts, because it looks fat. I guess it could do a little bit more. It's trying to pick up that one part there, apparently cannot do that, I'm not really sure why. And the primal hive decides, you know what, I'm done with all the exercise. Dehaka can collect the rest of these parts, and does so, and now sits back for the rest of the mission. So this one is a triple whammy. We have 3 Hive Kerrigan, and Kerrigan has 72 Zerglings over here because her expansion is not saturated at all. She has 11 out of the 27. She needs at least 18 for optimal mining. And she needs to be maxed out. And now there's a stank on the way, and Kerrigan decides, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go and engage the stank, which is fine until she chooses to engage with the rest of her lings. And these, what happened over here is that now there's a Hunterling that has jumped in. Lings have all been cleared out, and now the Hunterling jumps in and stuns Kerrigan. And you all know the Hunterlings can stun lock a unit, and that is what's happening here. So Kerrigan now has lost all her Zerglings, and is getting double teamed by that Hunterling and that stank. There's an airstrike that comes down, but unfortunately, Kerrigan just gets completely wrecked. Dehaka has always been a character that is interested in exploring new and interesting places and things. And over here we can see Dehaka is interested in dealing with a Slain Elemental using a bunch of roaches and guardians. Now the thing is, all these units don't really have a lot of anti-air damage, and now he has a bunch of Mulisks over there as well, and now all the Mulisks get cocooned up, including Dehaka. And now they are just going to be sitting there until they get eaten. There is a conversion into more guardians over there, but that does not actually solve the problem of the Mulisks. The Mulisks are staring there thinking to themselves, how and where did I go wrong in my life such that I ended up in this cocoon over here? So rip go some of those Mulisks, and now the rest of them are here, and now the Slain Elemental is still really mad. And now there's an attack wave that gets converged on the side, and a lot of storms ends up going down onto Dehaka's army. More storms come down, and a lot of those units go rip. And now another cocoon comes down onto Dehaka's army, and now that is going to be another rip here, and one more cocoon here, and now that is Dehaka's entire army being cocooned by the Slain Elemental, and now the Slain Elemental is also going to cocoon that last Primal Worm. And those Mulists do actually manage to break free. A lot of those units are dying out over here. Those Mulists decide, you know what, I'm out of here, man. I'm not gonna help you guys. You guys are done. And down go those Guardians, and Dehaka is over here with pretty much nothing left of his army.